In this video, you'll learn how to divide using the standard algorithm. Here are the steps of dividing when using the standard algorithm. First you divide, then you multiply, then you subtract, and finally you bring down. Let's take a look at this problem. We are dividing the dividend, which is 72, by the divisor, which is 6. The first step in the standard algorithm system is to divide. To divide, you need to find out how many times 6 goes into 70, or in this case, how many times 6 goes into 7. You start with the highest place value in the dividend while dividing, unlike when you add or subtract numbers. Do it yourself. How many times does 6 go into 7? If you're thinking that 6 went into 7 once, you're right. Now the question is, where do we place the 1? If the 1 went on top of the 2 in 72, then it wouldn't be right, because then we would be counting how many 6s there would be in 2. Also, 1 6 and 2 wouldn't make sense. If the 1 went on top of the 7 in 72, it would make sense, because we are dividing the number 7 with 6. So this 1 goes on top of the 7. The second step in the standard algorithm system is to multiply. To multiply, you multiply the number on top of the highest place value in the dividend by the divisor. The divisor, which is 6, multiplied by the digit on top of the highest place value in the dividend, which is 1, equals 6. Now the question is, where do we place the 6? We should place the 6 under the 7 because the next step in the standard algorithm system is to subtract. You know how the layout is for subtracting whole numbers, right? It would look something like this. The next step in the standard algorithm system is to subtract. To subtract, you subtract the number that you've just placed as your product below the dividend with the number on top of it together. In this case, you're subtracting 7, being the dividend digit, and 6, being the product of your multiplication step. We now know that 7 subtracted by 6 is 1, but where do you put the 1? In any subtraction problem, you place your difference under the equation line. Here is what it looks like. The last step of the standard algorithm system is to bring down. You bring down if your product that was just subtracted can't be divided by the divisor into at least one whole number. In this case, 1 can't be divided by 6 unless you use a decimal. By bringing down the next digit in the dividend, you can divide more easily. This is the last step of the standard algorithm. Keep repeating these steps until you come to 0 as your difference when you subtract. Redo the problem you've just learned and try to do it using the standard algorithm. Don't go on to the next slide without completing this problem. Your quotient or answer should have equaled 12. You can check this by multiplying 6 by 12. I hope you learned something today.